In the first half against Serbia, Kevin Durant went absolutely nuts, shooting 8 for 8 in the first half and completely blowing the game open. Now, because of copyright issues, I can't post any clips from the Olympics, so instead we're going to dive into some of KD's film from last year with Phoenix, and go over why his skill set fits perfectly for Team USA. Now, like we all know, Kevin Durant is a sniper. This past year with Phoenix, he shot just under 44% on all his catch and shoot threes. And this is obviously a skill set that will carry over perfectly in the Olympics. The United States has plenty of scorers and on-ball creators, so throughout the course of games, KD is going to get plenty of in-rhythm spot-up threes, and then that shooting threat in return will stretch out the defense and give USA slashers more space to attack the paint. Now, compared to your typical spot-up shooter, there's multiple factors that makes KD different. The first clear one is his size. Standing at 6'11", Durant is a towering marksman, and if he gets any airspace on the catch, there's pretty much no chance of altering his release. You'll see the lengthy Scotty Barnes here close out and contest right in Durant's airspace, but KD from this spot is still completely unbothered.
Here's KD, catch and shoot.
Mechanically, Durant also has a really quick trigger off the catch. As soon as he receives the ball, there's no wasted movement from catching and getting the ball to a set point to fire. And again, that quick trigger puts a ton of pressure on the help side defense, because as soon as Durant's man slightly sinks down too deep in gap, there's pretty much no chance of recovering back out to him on the perimeter.
Even since last year when they were champions.
I also think Durant's footwork is a really underrated element to his outside shooting. I wouldn't say he's the most aggressive mover off the ball, but if he's shifting to open space, he's great at getting his feet organized on the catch and rising up for a stable jumper. Watch him here shift up towards the top of the key, to then catch and land on 2 feet, to then rise up for a perfectly on-balance jumper. So as a spot-up shooter, Durant checks all the boxes. He's accurate, has the size to rise over heavy closeouts, plus the footwork and mechanics to always be on balance and generate high-quality looks. And as these games go by, Durant's floor spacing is going to be a huge factor for USA's offense. Now with the ball, KD is also elite at creating threes off the dribble, where he loves to drop his level and push his man down below the 3 to then rise up for his jumper. And in open space, Durant has really good pace. He loves to play casual and relaxed with the ball to lull the defense to sleep, to then quickly pick up into his pull-up. And this is where Durant's quick mechanics also play a big factor. You'll see him here drop down and play with the ball back and forth, and this low stance slightly pushes the defense back, giving KD plenty of space to elevate. When playing in isolation, one of KD's go-to moves is his hezzy pull-up, where he brings the ball to his outside pocket and skips off his inside foot to then step into a shot.
Durant fires a 3, Durant.
And while Durant at age 35 may have lost some of his quickness, the defense still has to respect him as a driver. So when he aggressively takes these 2 steps into his shot, it pretty much always puts the defense on their heels. And Durant's also more than comfortable hitting this move going both right and left. Watch him here push the ball to his right hand and skip up, to then step right-left into his shot. And what makes this move so effective is that Durant can get to it from a variety of situations. He can hit it while playing with a head of steam in transition, or immediately off a ball screen. You'll see him here working off the screen to his left, and notice how much ground KD covers skipping forward, to then smoothly pick up into this left-right shot.
Durant.
And then on top of that, Durant can also layer this move with counters. Watch him here bring the ball to his outside pocket, but now he transfers the ball between, which completely opens up the defense's stance, giving Durant plenty of room to rise up. So whether he's playing on or off the ball, KD pretty clearly has the skill and physical tools to generate and make these outside looks at will. And that type of outside scoring is going to be vital for the more crowded style of Olympic basketball, where the 3-point line is shorter and defenses have a license to camp out in the lane. And that's why these games have been typically more low scoring, and high volume paint scores for Team USA have had issues consistently getting their offense going. But having a shooter and outside creator like Durant on the court is going to be a non-stop release valve for the United States offense, and most teams simply don't have the personnel to guard him out on the perimeter. Now, because the defense has to respect KD as a three-point shooter, defenses commonly extend out to face guard and keep him from catching the ball, which then opens up these backdoor cuts. And Durant's really good at setting these up by initially drifting towards the ball to then slam the brakes and blast towards the basket. Notice here how much he sells this cut by planting his foot and dropping his shoulders, to then completely lose the defense. Durant also does a big chunk of his work in the mid-post, where obviously his height and high release point allows him to rise over the defense. And again, because USA has so much talent on the floor, it's pretty much a death sentence for defenses to double the ball, which allows Durant to play one-on-one and cook matchups. When playing with his back to the basket, Durant keeps things pretty simple by just feeling where the defense is and getting to these easy turnaround jumpers. Watch him here catch and square up with the defense, and notice how he protects the ball by bringing it up and over to his opposite hip to then rise up for this routine jumper. On this play, KD's going up against Jaden McDaniels, who's easily one of the best perimeter defenders across the league, but Durant's going to easily work him down towards the middle of the floor to then turn into this jumper back towards the baseline. Over the years, I also think Durant has massively improved his strength and stability, being able to absorb contact with the ball as well as initiate contact to create space for his pull-ups. Notice on this play how much space he creates by lowering his shoulder and bumping Alex Caruso back, to then turn away from the help and get to this baseline jumper. I also like this play here, where KD turns the corner off the screen, then he slows down and veers back into his man to set up this jumper. Durant also loves to set up these in-between pull-ups off a live dribble, where he has the strength and ball control to initiate post-ups or attack his man squared up. And again, with the ball in open space, it's pretty much impossible to cover KD one-on-one. There's just too much size, skill, and tough shot making. And throughout the Olympics, Durant's going to have plenty of time and space to attack matchups in isolation.
Durant gets to the elbow.
So when we look at Durant scoring both on and off the ball, he's got the perfect skill set for Team USA. Being an elite spot-up shooter, having the ability to create outside looks off the dribble, while also having the size and strength to get buckets in the mid-post. I think Durant has the perfect skill set and build for Team USA, which is why he's been the country's all-time leader in points. And going forward, he's going to most likely build on that lead. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments who the kids should break down next. The kids here.